Hello everyone, Travis here with Paradoxical from Monomaniac Esports, of course the AP mid from that team. Congratulations on your win, man.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Hey, I just want to ask you, because the thing that really stood out from that first game for me was the very beginning when you were going up against MoMA. And, you got ganked, or almost ganked, and you instead of dying, you actually took MoMA out.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I like to play really aggressive on Cassiopeia. The ganks, they were actually pretty well executed. It's just, I think MoMA kind of made a mistake going back in, but like he took a lot of creep aggro. So I don't know. I kind of actually got a little bit lucky, but yeah. And then I don't know. I didn't really think I played that well first game, to be honest. Those race steals, they didn't exactly go over well.
Yeah, I know you kind of got caught in their jungle
Yeah.
one or two or maybe three times, but
Cassiopeia is a really strong champion, though. She can make a comeback like really easily. Her scaling's just amazing. So I don't know. It still kind of worked out in the end. So.
do you think she's a little too strong, or do you think she's at a good place?
I think any more early game nerfs might hurt her a little bit. Like the scaling nerfs last time, it felt like she was in the right place for her kill potential in lane. But she could use maybe like a little bit more nerfs on maybe the ultimate for the team fights. But in general, she's definitely very strong. But if they're gonna nerf Cassie, they gotta nerf Rise.
Right. So hey,
too,
I guess like two weeks ago, how long ago was it that you actually subbed out? You switched 40% of your team to two players.
Yeah, it was a week and a half ago. Yeah, it was just complications with dedication. Not necessarily dedication, but like the availability of them.
Right.
There was just some issues, and Zig and Zion, we knew them kind of well, and they kind of fit. So yeah, we picked them up. We practiced the last week and a half, and came to Vegas.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that a lot of people looked at those two changes and really were questioning how well you would be doing at this tournament, since it was so last minute, and concerns about how much practice and scrimming you'd be able to have with them. Are you surprised at all by the results that you guys are having here?
Not entirely surprised. I mean, we're doing a lot better than we thought we would. Like those Dignitas games, we really felt like we played well.
Right.
Like the early game, we controlled it. But I think the lack of practice and we haven't been together as a team for a very long time, as us five anyway. So sort of the ending the game, we kind of just didn't do it. And
yeah. Yeah, actually, that was something I was going to ask you about, because we've heard casters and some of the other people sort of talking about how, as a new team, and a lot of new teams have this issue where you guys play great in lane, you can grab a Baron or whatever, but you have a hard time closing out the game.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Well, a lot of teams in scrims too, they just forfeit when it gets down to that point. So you never really think like how to end the game and playing it. It's like, because any mistake and the other team just slowly pulls back. And I mean, I don't think those Dignitas games, or the final one anyway, could be pinned down to like one mistake. I mean, we watched over it, and there was a series of like 10 mistakes in a row that we made that just gave them the advantage back and gave them a chance to pull back into the game and win.
So did you do research on Against All Authority before?
Yeah, last night we basically hooked our laptop up to the TV and we watched a bunch of replays, a bunch of games they played at Hanover and here yesterday. So we kind of had an idea. I mean, we actually basically copied CLG's bans the first game. I mean, they just those we didn't want to deal with that, so we banned it. And I think that the fact that we played Morgana every game versus Dignitas, they kind of and that they didn't really know about Zig Zurgot either. So I feel like game one, we kind of got like exactly what we wanted to, simply because they didn't know who we were, where we were coming from, because this is our first LAN event. This is our first big tournament, so.
Yeah, actually, speaking about that, what is this like for you, being at your first big tournament?
It's pretty surreal. We never really dreamed of this. We just kind of played solo queue.
Yeah. I know that a big cheers from the audience. I know that you guys are, you're here in Vegas. Anything? You guys just hanging out in the room at night, or you?
We went out a little bit. We got dinner, Panda Express last night.
Panda Express, yeah, living up big in Vegas.
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty awesome. Being underage doesn't it kind of takes a lot of the fun out of it, but it was a great trip, great event. Thanks to IPL for this. I mean, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah. So Dignitas actually pushed you guys down into the losers bracket.
Yeah.
Are you going to be able to get back out of it? Are you going to win
We'll
IPL?
find out.
First event, you'll get first place?
I mean, first place it'll take a lot of work.
Yeah.
I think we have a chance at top 4 for sure.
Oh, fantastic.
I hope.
Yeah, good luck. And hey, you have any shout-outs or anybody you want to thank?
Shout out to my team, sponsor. Our sponsor basically just fronted this whole trip out of his own pocket, which was just pretty amazing because we couldn't have gone otherwise, basically. So that was pretty amazing. And a shout out to Amy.
There you go. What about I know your family's in the audience. You want to give them a shout-out?
Sure. Thanks for coming and supporting us, and yeah, just thanks.
Big cheers from the audience. Hey, thank you for the interview, and best of luck in the rest of the match. And I think we're going to head out to a break now.
This special presentation of IPL is
Dude,
brought to
great
you
job.
by Astro
No problem,
Gaming.
dude.
Check out the
You
latest
came across
award-winning
super-
gaming gear at astrogaming.com and follow @astrogaming on Twitter.
love them. Sorry, guys. I love K-pop, and I know we have some new K-pop fans in the audience, so welcome. Welcome to K-pop. My time up here is coming to a close this afternoon, but I'm very excited to welcome the voice of Riven, the lovely Christina V. Guys, give her a round of applause.
Hello! So, me and Rachel actually have a plan. We're thinking about learning these K-pop dances and...
Did you guys dance?
Yeah. Since you guys are so amazing, maybe tomorrow or something. We'll be up
it's
here
not
and
writing
we'll
any
dance.
checks that my body can't cash. I can't. Well, we'll try, absolutely. But in the meantime, you guys can follow me at Seltzer Please on Twitter. Definitely give these guys a follow. That's Rivington III and Riot Freak. Christina V without the H, Christina. And that's, you know what? I'm just gonna let you do your thing. I'm gonna get out of here.
Let's give her a round of applause. She'll be back with us later. And I'm sure she'll be on the StarCraft stage as well. So, during this weekend, I've met many great people, including these two very talented fellows, Freak and Rivington. I'm going to give it over to them for now.
Thank you very much. Actually, I'm going to request from you real quick that we get a Riven before you leave the stage. All right.
Okay, here's the thing. I don't play Riven, I play Lux. So, so I need to be fed a line. What does she say? That's Lux, though. That's not Riven. Huh? What is broken can be reforged. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be here all weekend.
All right, guys, one more round of applause for Christina as we get this match underway. We will have this between V8 and EpiK. V8 Freak, this first game, give us a little rundown of what went down.
All right, so it started out, so EpiK ran for a double AP setup, Ari Vladimir, pretty standard comp otherwise. EpiK ran for a double AD. They ran Ezreal Soraka bottom, Corki solo top. Those AD carries combined went 20-2. 9-0 Ezreal, 11-2 on Corki. They won that game, so yeah, they're up 1-0 right now. Yeah, right. Weird, right? Like a Fed Corki's doing well. So V8 are up 1-0 in its best of 3. EpiK, do or die, or they get knocked out right now. They need to win this game to push themselves through. Of course, they can do this. They'll do the best they can. But these players, I believe, are actually ready to go. So you know, these guys. You know, we see, you know, these are new lineups for both of them. EpiK actually switched out their jungler and ranged AD in the very recent past. And V8, you know, haven't seen them since New York last year. And of course, they have a new solo mid now, Takashi X.
And we have jumped into the champion select here. We'll have to see what these new players give to these teams. They have been playing quite well, although in the losers bracket, looking to build themselves out and back into the winners. We do have Morgana, Shen, and Udyr being those bans. Udyr, the high-focused and pick of this tournament so far. The Lee Sin is going out as well. Haven't seen too much from either of these teams in the tournaments yet. I believe their games were off stream yesterday, rather than a few of them. And we do see Kog'Maw finally being banned out, and Dejana. So a lot of picks that we've seen throughout these games. Westerice picking up Corki. They do not like what happened with that last time from Tree Eskimo's hands. And we'll have to see what Muffin Cutie and Takashi pick for here. Will they pick for themselves or decide to pick for someone else?
There's two things I like about what happened right here. So they banned out the Udyr away from mostly from Tree Eskimo. Also, Westerice also knows how to play solo top Corki. He's actually been playing that quite a bit throughout EpiK's history. And so, you know, normally we see these picks that like Lee Sin or Olaf, and you're like, well, are they mid or are they top or what? Corki's the same thing. He can kind of go anywhere. You could theoretically play him solo mid. It's not very likely, but you can see that coming out here. It's Dr. Mundo actually, again, I've seen Tree Eskimo play solo top Mundo. That is actually a possibility here. And so, you know, that could be the jungler or the top. Ken in the same way, Ken mid or top. Or if your Moscow 5 plays ranged AD. So a lot of sort of ambiguous picks coming out right here. There's a lot of possibilities. The other option here, no, never mind. The strat that V8 was trying to run earlier was double Woda plus Maokai plus Soraka, and just like nothing dies was the plan. Unfortunately, they didn't manage to make that one happen in that game 1 against Team Solo Mid. But instead, you see EpiK actually grabbing the exact same lineup so far as V8. They've got the Corki in there and the Soraka. And of course, Corki Soraka can be a big bully lane. Ooh, they are grabbing a Maokai. I like that. A lot of durability coming in there. That Maokai ultimate's going to absorb damage from his entire team to sort of keep them all alive. And Soraka can use that ultimate of hers to heal everyone else on her team so they can kind of keep themselves up for a very long and drawn-out fight.
That's a really good pick for not seeing what's coming out next, because you're
Yeah.
already seeing Kennen. You're like AoE. They may focus more AoE, but we have a way to negate that right now. And there is a little bit more AoE coming down. We do have Unstoppable choosing out Leona.
Yeah, Leona's a good
ultimate.
choice. Yeah, and so if they bring Ignite, they can try to overpower the Soraka heals, or Salsi could be playing AP mid Soraka. Of course, the Good House did bring that out. Skara played her twice, and actually more than twice. I think they played her every game against CLG and the last game against Monomaniac. So there's a lot of chances here, and they are going to grab in. Tristana going to be a nice one there as well. A lot of aggression, brings her own healing reduction, which means that Soraka not going to have a very fun time fighting against Explosive Shot here. Could be some awesome stuff. Riven is going to be grabbed, and it might be Ashe as well, so that could be that double AD setup that we saw earlier. Soraka Ashe, very safe lane, can also spam, has a lot of CC there. Riven now I'm just confused at what the champions are. Okay, they're going to grab up that Vladimir in there, and so it looks like it's going to be, Corki Soraka bottom, Vlad Riven for the solos, and then Jungle Maokai.
Now look what Tree Eskimo has to grab up here. They do have a jungler already. It looks like they're looking for a top lane or mid AP if Takashi decides to switch out where he's going with that.
Yeah.
And they're deliberating quite a bit on this pick after that switch. They're saying, hey, should we, run something unorthodox again, or are we going to go straight for this and do a team 5 support your tanks and your DPS? And
the thing is, these two solo lanes are very hard to gank. Both Vlad and Riven are very good at saying, we don't care if you're Mundo and you're like Scion, which they brought out before against solo mid. We'll just pool or dash or whatever and get away. So all of Epic's lanes are very, very, very safe. They're a little bit susceptible to getting counter jungled because there's not a whole lot of damage from Vladimir early on, and so that top side can get kind of pushed around. But Malphite actually makes a lot of sense. They're against a fair bit of auto attacking. Maokai's more of a tank than a damage dealer, so their only mage damage is from Vladimir. So having that Malphite come in and just land that AoE attack speed slow can work very well. He can stack armor. He can survive Mash Mead, survive Westrise. And of course, Salsi, known for his Vladimir play, and he's been playing, for a very long time as well. Kind of known for that champion. It's kind of his marquee guy. Could be, a lot of cool stuff going on here. So let's see. I like this Tristana and Leona lane. I think that's all going to be pretty good.
Wow, so they switched it up again. Maybe we'll do a little bit more switching as they're just fiddling around here. We did see that. I believe V8 played Jungle Malphite as well. Within one of the games?
Yeah, they played Jungle Malphite that first game, yeah.
Right, okay, so they have brought that out. And Malphite would be a pretty good lane versus a Riven if that is what they choose to do here, is they're just throwing everything around and having some fun. But that armor, he has the armor just being Malphite because he's Malphite, he's a rock, but it looks like they are going to jungle him again. And we may have a Mundo top, so he's going to keep his distance from Riven. He won't really be able to do too much until that 6, and he can get back into the fight. But you never know, if he plays his lane correctly, he does have exhaust to her flash and ignite, so he could easily come out on top if Burning Agony is doing the amount of damage he needs it to do. And it looks like we will have that Kennen middle, so Kennen versus Salsi. We'll see how that plays out. Usually, Kennen player would have the upper hand in the first few levels until Vladimir can get that pool on. But after he pools, Takashi should be extremely aggressive because he's not going to be able to do enough damage. Salsi isn't to Takashi to really make him get out of lane. So we'll have to see how he plays that. Usually Kennen can be pretty aggressive against the Vladimir.
Yeah, this is a very, very good AoE team. So they kind of come in there, open up with a Malphite ult, open up with Leona ult, and follow up with Kennen. They have a lot of area effect, hardcore lockdown. They have a lot of hard stuns on this team. The only one who doesn't have really significant CC is that Dr. Mundo, who is going to be that solo top for Trieskimo. So we're going to see, really the first time solo lane Dr. Mundo coming out in the tournaments, and so far the only team to pick out Malphite as well. And just for some little, cuteness, Unstoppable X, Malphite's ultimate Unstoppable Force. You got to figure he's got some favoritism there. I think that's on purpose.
We haven't seen a lot of is Alistar in this. And it just kind of reminds me of the Malphite because that's what he's doing all day long. And Alistar is the headbutt pulverize. But Malphite just a little bit tanky all the time, doesn't have to pop an ult to be tanky. So he definitely initiate with slows, his ultimate, the ground slam, slowing attack speed, which is going to be huge if he can get himself around any of the DPSers. So there's definitely a lot of utility that comes out of him to assist the team in a fight. But like you said, if they can focus those ultis correctly on V8, they could be really thwarted by Clayke's ultimate on Maokai. That's going to be huge for them, as well as Hemoplague going down to get that damage returned and trade back in that fight. So both of these teams about to go head-to-head. We do see it is going to be EpiK versus V8 here as we go into the splash screen. Freak, what else are you thinking about this game that maybe we haven't seen from V8 or EpiK?
So, I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of their games, unfortunately. I haven't actually seen a streamed game of EpiK until now, so I don't actually know how the game's been going, except for like leaning over Element's shoulder and being like, okay, they're up 2-1 in this game so far, and he's Leona. Okay, now back to the streamed game. So, I don't know quite what to expect from EpiK. They have a new lineup this tournament. They've got Westrice now on full solo top duty. Normally he was kind of switching around. And they've got, Mashme now as their hardcore AD, and they've picked up Clayke D as their jungler here, and we'll see if that works for them. V8, I know a little bit better. I know a lot of the players from way back when. I've talked to them all before. And so I kind of know more of what they're up to. And I like this sort of long-range, initiate from 1,000 range, stun team. I think it's just a more powerful setup.
This would actually be a pretty cool level 1 fight, as nobody really has too much of a stun. Westrice can get in there, and Clayke D can get in there, but they have an upper hand if they try to invade on V8. It's really just a lot of slow cooldowns on the shuriken. It's actually 6 seconds when you start, so you'll only be able to throw a few. But those cleavers, they'll be able to get some of those shards out from Malphite to slow somebody down. So they definitely have a kill team, but they don't have any stuns. We'll have to see if they choose to level 1 invade.
Okay, yeah, and we'll see. They are actually now into the game. So guys, if you want to cheer up for EpiK to take this game to a game 3, let me hear you guys in the audience. And if you want V8 to bring this one out at 2-0 and make it into the next round, let me hear you for V8.
All right, Freak, it looks like everybody's just getting themselves to their lanes here. Everybody going straight down mid. They get a ping for Wraiths. It looks like we may have them set up on that side. They're waiting to see everybody gathering, and they're going to start heading in here.
Yeah, we'll see what they're up to. So it looks like early aggression from V8. They've been spotted by a Maokai sapling. They're going to ward as well. I think they should have warded the brush instead of right there on the ground, but now they can't tell if they run this way and down to the left, but looks like they'll be fine regardless. Of course, they put their own ward down, and they should have seen the particle there, so I believe EpiK does know that that brush has been warded. And it's always a good idea to try to counter the Maokai saplings. You're going to see he's actually going to wait down over here and use the saplings and go for wolves first instead. Oh my gosh, they can catch Westrice. He needs nerves of steel right now. Oh my gosh. Oh, he's running away!
No.
Oh, he's been caught by Deshauna. There's the cleaver.
Oh.
Nice job there. And I like the patience of V8. They did not burn more than that one summoner spell. You can see Ghost was used by Mundo. Okay, that's a little bit of something. But they said, okay, she flashed away, but she has like 30 health. Only Tristana needs to go. You guys don't all need to chase her. They kept their flashes up. That was really, really smart. And now they've tanked the Maokai saplings. They're going to actually take more of Mao's jungle. Of course, he gets the race, so he's going to be fine. But still, like I like these moves that V8 are making. And they're, of course, going to take his blue away. And nice. They left one of those wolves. It's actually going to chase Takashi around. But they're going to be okay. He's going to pull that up, and it's going to be a nice little blue buff there for Unstoppable X.
Yeah, they're doing a really great job of using this advantage. They're going to go ahead and safely take the jungle out. And everybody returning to lane. You got to be careful. If something doesn't happen on your invade, you might actually fall behind in the early game. If you don't get a kill, it's usually a better bet just to go ahead and back. And oh wow, Leona Muffin Cutie going top quite early. Riven still level 1. Tree Eskimo could be close to leveling to 2. Actually, both of them might. And they come in with 3v1. Westrice could be just babysat all game here. It looks like he will be shut down again. Quite unfortunate. He used his flash to get away earlier, and it will be another kill coming out. A nice job on Tree Eskimo. And those kills actually going to Tristana and Tree Eskimo on the 1-1. So 2-0 now, 2 minutes and 40 seconds into the game. An aggressive tournament from all teams, as most of the kills are coming out in the first 5 minutes.
Yep, so you're going to see that Clayke D finally has cleared out that wolf and that golem. That's what happens when you get counter jungled. As soon as you pick up your first buff, go ahead and check the other camps that were counter jungled, because you will want to clear those, get those to respawn for you. Good teams will often leave a wolf behind. It's hit and miss whether they'll leave the golem behind. I think it's better to actually finish off the entire golem camp so you have the timer, but it's kind of up to the teams and what they kind of want to do, if they just want to delay or if they want to counter jungle again later. So they chose to delay, and he cleared out that camp, made it respawn. And then you see Westrice. Clayke D just kind of held that lane for a little while, and now West going to be able to last hit at this turret and try to catch up.
Good push down bottom. As I said, Takashi still pushing Salsi in mid. Getting those shurikens down. Every fourth shuriken, he's able to add a mark, and he just keeps doing it to harass Salsi down. Both of those kind of on a no mana cost basis of using their skills. A little bit different for Takashi, as his energy will be not usable for his cooldowns, and really Salsi just waiting for his cooldowns. So Takashi can use those out of order and kind of be out of the fight for a second. You see Malphite roaming through the jungle, does have his blue buff. That's about just taken by him. No lanes really going at it aggressive right now. Westrice playing as safe as he can. Still hasn't been able to get a ward. Actually did grab a ward that early. I only used one potion, but he's watching for that baby sat top. And here we go. Clicky coming in, the twisted advance, and the Q on from Maokai. Salsi was not close enough though, was not going to expend the flash to grab that. And it looks like he will be able to get out with just about 400 HP.
Yeah, Takashi on his last potion now. We'll see if he's able to survive this lane any longer. I don't think he went for any sort of spell vamp runes. It's pretty uncommon actually to see that on Kennen, so he's kind of surviving it out here. Last hitting at the turret pretty well actually. You can see the minions there, 22 versus 23 in this mid lane, so pretty equivalent. Tristana 18, Corki at 29 though, so Mashmi, okay, yeah, after we got first blood, but Mashmi with a nice amount of gold from minions. You can see it's 1,500 to 1,380, so Aframu, first blood definitely worth more than those 10 minions.
So Salsi has appeared to catch up here in levels at least. Still a good harass from Tree Eskimo's infected cleavers. You do see CS in mid is 26 to 23. Everybody's pretty much even right now. Nobody's really taking control of a lane. And even though Westrice has been attacked quite a few times, he's still playing quite aggressive. Has that ward out, so he knows when somebody's coming up. And really, it's Tree Eskimo that has to worry about Tribush if anybody comes behind him. So Westrice in a good spot right now. They're actually kind of going head to head. Burning Agony is on, and Westrice is forced to back. Tree Eskimo wins in that damage trade.
Yeah, and he's got a big minion wave sort of that's starting to lose health pretty quickly. If he can zone out Westrice, he's going to miss out on a whole heck of a lot of gold. And he's actually going to check the brush to look for him, and that is going to be the case here. Westrice still expending his cooldowns. Look at that, 1, 2, 3 minions all falling away, and Eski's still just pushing around Westrice, and he's denying a lot of gold by doing this. I really like these moves that Eski's pulling out, and it's working quite well for him. This bot lane, Mafia actually getting jumped on. Of course, they have that ward on top of him. Gets harassed a little bit. Stopalek's going to go for his golems, and he might try to get top if this lane can reset back towards the middle. But right now, Westrice is going to be pretty safe underneath his own turret.
Mundo still pushing, or Tree Eskimo I should say, still pushing Westrice back to his turret. However, Riven really has no problem last hitting at a turret. We do have Malphite backing Unstoppable, looking to get a purchase under his belt. He does have 304 gold, so it's not going to be anything too big. Won't be able to go for his GP10s yet. Maokai also making his way through the jungle. 346 gold for him right now. Both of these junglers trying to get into a position where they can start helping their teams.
Top lane.
Westrice, yep, getting a little bit of damage now. He put out the Ignite, and Mundo is not 6 yet, but he's actually 1 minion away from it, so he could definitely plan out this fight. There is 6. He puts out the Ignite, but he starts to run away with it, and they both hit 6. No, Westrice has not hit 6 yet. He's not going to be able to trade the damage back, and I don't know if he realized that Tree Eskimo hit 6 and instantly used his ultimate.
He had to know, I think he wanted, that's why he flashed in. He was like, okay, he hit 6, he dropped 20% of his current health to activate the ult. Go! Crap,
no, Westrice is still at least 3 or 4 minions away from leveling.
Oh yeah, he was very far. I mean, I accept going in with Wind Slash and hoping that it works for you, but that was really silly. He was 5.
He just powered through level 6. He's already 7.
Oh yeah, when you hit a kill, that helps a lot.
Yep. So there he goes. That turret's going to be his up top. Looks like Malphite may go down here. Timing the blue, it's going to be about 7 minutes. I think Riven got that late, though.
It's like another minute away, yeah.
Yeah.
He got cleared late. He could actually camp for Riven.
So good job there. He actually knows that, kept that mentality in mind that Riven didn't get to her jungle because of the invade, and he puts a ward down so they can go to it. So good thinking, way to keep everything in mind as this game goes on. There's so many things to keep in mind, but they're doing a great job of it and keeping the top of it all.
And yeah, Eski just spamming out his ultimate, can use that over and over. Actually has some CDR. I'm going to guess it's 21 defense. Yeah, 21 defense there. And actually not, oh, he has 9 offense. He has that 10% magic pen, so it's a 921 build. 921-0 for Tree Eskimo. Salsi kind of moving back and forth, and Unstoppable X actually teaming up with Takashi. The thing is that pool can keep him from getting any initiates here, so I don't think they're going to get much damage. They're going to move towards that blue knowing that it's spawned. They sent that time to put that ward down earlier. And they're like, yeah, I'm scared. You know, you can just have it. You can just have it. It's cool. His smite was down. It's a lot of it.
Thanks for the little guys.
Yeah. I'm surprised that V8's not going for this now, though. They know that they scared everyone away. That surprised me.
doing a great job bottom. 1,900 gold to 1,600 gold on the carries right now, but if you just put that Doran's Blade back into the bank for Afromu, they're about at the same right now. So even with that kill, we do see that Mashmi is doing a very good job. Afromu coming to the lane with that one kill. Mashmi is doing a great job of keeping the lane as well.
Yeah, they're still up 5 minions. That advantage is shrinking slightly, which means that Afromu's going to continue to go up in gold, but you know, we'll see. Salsi's doing a good job farming. He's got 60 minions. He's actually now ahead of this cannon by a decent margin. So yeah, aside from that top lane really getting kind of dominated early on, it's still a very, very close game as far as the lane matchups are concerned. Let's see what we got going on. Takashi running around the middle. You can actually hear the players yelling to each other in the background. We'll see what's going on in those games. But Mashmi getting caught up there by Leona. The ult goes off as well. Still taking damage. Jumped on again by Tristana. Will get away thanks to some heals, but that was hurting him a little bit.
It's going to be amazing. Every time somebody goes for the AD carry, it's either a Valkyrie or a rocket jump.
Yep.
Both of these have that innate escape. And there we see Malphite coming in. Maybe just going to be a ward. Looks like they don't have any. Looking at Leona, and they have no wards here, so nobody has vision of this. And they have just left lane from creep, so bottom knew that they went up, but it looks like nobody's even going to challenge this. They get a free dragon. They're not doing too much damage, actually, so there may be time to challenge this. It's resetting.
Oh my gosh, it is reset. And now it's been revealed by a sapling, and here comes mid, and here comes bot. And V8 has to run away from this.
Dragon
that
too
is
strong.
That is unfortunate. That is rather unfortunate. And actually, I don't think they're going to go for it. I don't think they're going to stab, but yeah, that was a free dragon kind of thrown away there.
All right, so dragon not going down. It looks like Tree Eskimo just kind of milling about. Oh, get the exhaust onto Westrice. He will turn on Burning Agony, which is going to hurt him, but also do damage. And I don't think Westrice has the jump to get away. He just got it back, and he is going to use that cooldown right away, keep himself alive. But Tree Eskimo doing a very good job. 56 creeps on Riven to Tree Eskimo's 73. So although Westrice keeping himself in this one, the fact that he's leaving lane so much is really costing him a lot of experience.
Yeah, and Eskimo maxing out Cleaver first, going for Masochism second, and relying on that rank 1 of Burning Agony. Hurts him for 10 damage second, but deals 40 around him. It's a pretty good 1.1 for there. You see Tristana now 1v1ing against his Corki as both supports went back to buy. And Triss with a Vamp Scepter and a BF Sword that will be an Infinity Edge, not a Bloodthirster most likely. However, he wants that Vamp Scepter to keep him sustained in lane as his support there does not have a heal.
Looks like Clake could be coming up with something big here. They don't have any wards there. Twisted advances down, and then the Riven stun is very nicely timed, so they did not coincide with each other. It was one after the other, and the Riven ult still has to go off. Mundo missing a lot of health, and it was not enough to take him out. Is his ulti coming up? His ulti is coming up. Will he be able to go through the Twisted advance, carrying him just the distance of Mel? Oh no, he gets to the other side. Tree Eskimo is going to escape from this one. I do not believe they're going to be able to catch him, and that, ladies and gentlemen,
oh man,
is juking 101.
Oh wow, that was excellent right there. That little bit of cooldown reduction was all he needed, and it worked out. That was awesome.
That was a 2v1 with 3 stuns against you.
Oh,
that's kind of crazy.
And they repeated him a couple of times too. They got a couple of rotations.
Went around the horn.
Wow, so poor. I mean, they did force Eski out of lane though. Riven got a little bit of golden experience from that solo lane there. 66 minions, level 8. But Tree Eskimo level 9. 79 minions, so still the advantage, but it's not that massive. Riven can turn this one around. He's not getting bullied out that hard.
Looks like bottom pushing again. Let's see what they got in there.
Oh, sorry about that. Takashi X getting owned up by Salsi in the mid lane right there. Hemoplay getting that last hit there. Nice job by Salsi.
Wow, pushing right through his turret.
Yep.
So the AD's now building up. We do have a BF sword on the hands of Corki, but he did go ahead and buy some Dorans before grabbing that BF sword to give himself some sustain. If he just went for the BF, he would not be able to fight against Tristana whatsoever.
Yeah. So he's going for, as much damage as possible, trying to survive this lane. Oh, having a Soraka, of course, just means almost none. Losing this battle pretty hard right now. Mashmi gonna jump in. That's going to be a kill. Nice job there. Now Muffin alone has been exhausted. pin on that.
Only 100 health when he decided to.
Right now, and I don't think he needs to worry about Vladimir too terribly much. Vladimir's kind of AoE focused, but he's not going to really go for Mundo of all champions, so I think Eski's fine stacking health and armor for a while.
Yeah, if he just keeps going, he's got that Randuin build up. He already has the Heart of Gold. Also has a little bit more HP. Where are they going here? Could this be catch the Mundo chase 2? We'll have to see here. Mundo Triesco coming in, did that 2v1 situation again. It looks like he's just kind of milling about, trying to make them stop blue so his team can get over there in time. It's all he's doing. He can take the damage. He's not really worried about that. But now that his team is in position, he wants more of this. The cleaver going around to this Fog of War. Again, another cleaver all over Westrice right now. But Westrice has the mobility to get out. It's just the fact that he's
same. But actually had burned exhaust in that exchange as well. But still, the Leona had her heal still up in case things got a little bit hairier. So it worked out for him. Eski still 2 levels up on Westrice. Really more like 1.5. But West still not 10. Eski halfway to 12. Getting a lot of gold as well right now. 1,300 in the bank, so can grab a Phage anytime he wants. Or what else he might go for.
Attacks there, so Tristana definitely ahead in build, just finishing the Infinity Edge 15 minutes into the game.
Is good.
That's huge because Corki actually finished his Xerxes and then went for Vampiric Scepter, so he's very far off even grabbing that pickaxe if he wants it. He might just go for the Bloodthirster at this point.
No, there's no point. You just want to keep going for that Infinity Edge. It doesn't matter that you're behind. You need to get yourself
that damage has to be equal.
You need to catch it. You can't put yourself farther behind. Oh, I'm behind. Let's get a worse damage item. You can't do that at all.
Right.
Here we go. Eski getting jumped on by Clicky D at the top lane. Westrice will ult. She's going to go in with the Ignite as well. Eskimo, ult is down for 30 seconds. It's going to be longer than he has time for. However, his Ghost is up. Riven ult will not catch him. He will make it out here. And in 20 seconds, his health is all going to come back as well. This actually could be.
Think Mundo needs a poison trail?
Yeah, I think we should. When his ult is on, it should be like Shyvana, where your W actually leaves behind the trail. I think that'd be okay.
Leave behind dead ground. There we go. Looks like they're doing great ward clearing.
Spirit Visage, yeah.
If ward clearing were ever to be great, there it is.
Sorry.
Afro-Moo moving back in. He does have that red buff that they just stole. Or didn't just steal. He should have that for a while. It's almost about to wear off.
Who has it?
Afro.
Yeah, he had that a little while ago. That might have been actually the Corki earlier. The earlier Corki kill. That might have been what it came from.
So Mundo returning back to lane, using that ultimate to get back to lane as fast as possible, actually.
Wow.
And clear up the XP. It's going to be on a nice cooldown. Only 40 more seconds left, so that'll work nicely for him. And Dragon is up, as Mundo is coming up, actually. As Mundo heads back to top lane. He's going to push that out, as they're going to lead us to a 5v4 if it spawns anytime soon. They are prepping for it, it seems.
Yeah, right now they need to rely on Salsi, I feel, of all players. He has the highest minion kills on his team, actually highest in the game as well. Problem is, Afromu, very, very safe. Oh man, he's about to get 4-man jump. Can they get in range? Looks like he will get away in time. That ward coverage, pretty good for him. Let's see, Unstoppable X kind of still milling through the jungle. Still has the oracles, has not died. Stacking armor as well, that chain vest right there. Double gold for 10, just building more durability. And there's the dragon, they're going for it right now. See if they can kill it in time. VA are nearby. They see it. They're not going to make that stab. That dragon's going to EpiK. Nice job there making that move.
Oh, wow. Malphite on, yes.
Going out, Yetwen taking a lot of damage there. Burst healing himself.
Oh, no.
Malphite ult on as well. Rashtar's getting pushed away by Afromu. Zoplex running away. No, Clickety catches him. That's a kill for EpiK. And then they keep moving on. Can they pick up Muffin? They might be able to. That will be 2 kills. Now Afromu needs to run away. 5-4 plus that dragon. They've brought that gold a lot closer together.
So, note to self, do not focus triple heal Soraka, because that is exactly what happened. They got into that fight. Everything went down on Soraka, her heals down, her ultimate down, and her summoner heal. So,
yeah,
with that 100 armor she's placing on herself, she is not someone that is quickly killable, and you saw that fight turn around very quick. If anything were to happen, I would have said Malphite Leona ulti while they were doing Dragon. So Dragon gives you somebody else in the fight that's doing damage, also slowing the attack speed of whoever it's hitting.
I agree completely with that. It was weird that they, first of all, initiated a 3v5 in the first place.
Right.
And they got a lot of burst damage, and I think Soraka's the right choice of all bursts, because it's like, well, if we don't stun her, she'll obviously heal whoever we kill. If we do stun her, maybe we can get her first. They were not able to get her in time, but that was the game plan, is to bring out some hard lockdown and just actually blow up that support. And they didn't do enough damage quite in time. She survived it, and they came out with 2 kills there. Now, but you're right, if they went in during the Dragon fight, maybe, a cooldown would be down, maybe their positioning would be worse. They could jump on in a little bit of a more scary situation. They were not able to do that, though. So EpiK kind of forming a comeback here. They're actually up in kills for the first time in the game, but they're still down a couple hundred gold.
Yes, this is EpiK to win this one, to bring it into a 3rd game. If you're just joining us here, we are in the 2nd game of V8 versus EpiK. The head-to-head right now, V8 with a bit of a lead. They do have more towers. They have not lost one yet. A little bit of Dragon Falter we just saw down towards bottom. Corki trying to initiate a little bit there. And it looks like they're going to say, hey, let's go for this mid tower. We just got a ping from EpiK. They are going to put 5 on this.
I actually like this build from Ashby. He's going for a cleaver build instead of eye edge. I think that is actually just a fine build. That is some good damage output there. The problem is everyone's stacking armor against him, so that each individual minus armor point is a little bit less useful when they already have a lot. It's much better against squishies, but they do have a physical heavy team with that riff in there, so it can work as well.
Good damage on the turret. Looks like they will be able to take this down, being uncontested. Just a few pokes from Tristana. Her range increasing every level she gets, so she's going to be quite scary soon, especially with that front line of Leona and Malphite. That's going to hurt pretty bad. And Amunda.
Yeah, so EpiK really making some really good strides here. They're behind in the game. They're still down 3,000 gold or so. But they're making really good moves. They're posturing for Dragon. They're pushing in for turrets. Now, unfortunately, the reason they're so far down in gold is that they've lost 4 turrets, but they're starting to make their way around the map now. The minions are kind of on their side, so they get a little bit of free farm, and they can turn that around into a picture they want to.
Retreats Tristana a little bit out of position here, going up for the creeps. Looks like, yeah, they pinged her. They know she's not going for Baron, but they're like, hey, that's a pretty easy kill if we want to go for it. Tristana can definitely put on a good chase with that rocket jump, so her team may be able to help, but as I'm speaking about that, none of it is happening. Maybe I'll just write a story. Tree Eskimo heading down. Good ward coverage by both teams. You can see all these wards just kind of sitting next to another one. Everybody knows those high points, and we do see Mashmi like, hey, how about a Gatling? Erase some of that magic resistant or armor.
Yep.
Good damage there.
Yeah, drop his 156 armor to 111, so that is a very big drop there. It's definitely something you can get through. Mashmi Salsi kind of moving around, and we'll see if they posture for anything again. Still, 4,000 gold the difference, and Stopalek's going to go for blue. And the thing is, none of those solo lanes use mana at all, and Tristana really not very spell-based, so no one needs blue except for Unstoppable X, so he's going to continue to have that here. You can see 19.5% cooldown. He's going to drop that one, or increase that one basically to max CDR as soon as he kills Golem. That'll be really, really nice for him. He's going to be able to spam abilities on very, very low cooldowns, 4.8 on Q, 4.2 on his E, so actually, he can perma ground slam people. He's got a 50% attack speed slow for 4 seconds on a 4-second cooldown. Riven and Corki are not going to like that at all, and he's going for a Frozen Heart, which means he's going to really destroy the attack damage here. When you've got Corki who's relying on attack speed to get those Black Cleaver procs, that's just going to be painful.
And he bought more cooldown, went for the Kindle Gem and a GP5.
Oh wow, so he's going for, looks like he's going to actually stay on that Glacial and go Shirelias.
Yeah, looks like a little bit of a challenge here towards Baron. Looks like they're going to try to get some ward clears maybe. I don't think they have an Oracles yet. I did just see that Muffin bought one. Muffin is now going to wave, or Oracle. Clear towards Baron. Westrice milling about in that area. Vision of Corki and Mundo bottom, so they could choose to force a fight here if they just see Riven, but they do have vision just from the creeps on Vlad, Soraka, and Maokai in mid, so they don't want to go too far into any initiations. But everybody's really just trying to feel out what the other team is doing, and it's all about who's going to use the cooldown in the wrong position on this next fight, because both of these teams have very nice AoE or very good damage coming from either side.
Oh yeah, that's true. Positioning will make or break these team fights here. You've got the AoE stun lock coming from V8, but you've got great AoE damage coming out from EpiK. You've got the Maokai ult absorbing it, and then you combo that with Soraka to make them last even longer. I really do like that Soraka Maokai sort of combo here. At the same time, then you've got to worry about, well, okay, can we do enough damage with the Vladimir ult? What else is going on here? And, you know, we'll see if that pans out well for him.
Wow, they can synergize this Randu and Omen and Ground Slam now. That's going to be great for Unstoppable and Trieskimo to get into the middle of the fight and hit both of those. Really shut down to Corki if he tries to get himself in. Corki will have that point in a fight where he's like, all right, I'm too far out. I need to Gatling in and Valkyrie in as well, and that would be perfect for that. We do see the fight going down. Salsi pulling away. The Ignite is on. The Cleaver goes out, hits him. The Ignite still ticking, but he stays alive for another second, and then they drop Soraka. Very nice job there. Takashi X coming up with a double kill, almost grabbing him on the rockets, and there the Valkyrie in. Will he be able to keep himself alive? There's way too much CC for that to just happen. For one kill, that was definitely not worth it, even if you type it in all chat. And it looks like they may go for a team ace here. They turn around. Afromu living. The caster minions taking down Afromu. And the blue minions picking up their third kill of the tournament.
Yeah,
they start to move up here towards Baron.
Yeah. Oh, man. And now V8 with 4 kills. Now, without their AD carries, their DPS is a little bit lower here. But I think they should have enough here. Takashi actually afraid of Baron. And if happens to repeat themselves, Takashi could always die to Baron here. Westrice is actually going to wait in the wings to try to stop this. He could burst Takashi. He's going to get away from those cleavers. Baron's still at half. Trieskimo actually very low. Will ult now. Takashi taking more and more damage. He's down to 190 health. If Westrice knows this, he can get this kill. No, they will get that kill, and they're going to be okay, but that was a little bit close for him. It's actually the first time I've not seen Kennen go for spell vamp. He's going, oh my gosh, Westrice! Westrice! Oh, no! Oh, man, that would have been hilarious. EpiK going to reset here. 6-8 the kills, 6,000 gold. We've seen bigger comebacks, though. You cannot count EpiK out just yet.
Indeed we have. Westrice going top. If he might have dashed and stunned, he would have gotten that one for shield. But nonetheless, still farming top. Has a lot of health on that turret, so Mundo's going to give him a little bit of trouble here. Probably still go for a cleaver in the bush. Yeah, there goes Trieskimo. He has Baron, ulti on, and red buff, so this is going to be perma-slow. And a Randuin's Omen. Westrice trying to do what he can to get away. The damage just ticking down on him. Burning Agony doing constant damage. And it looks like Westrice is going to need a helicopter lift to get out of this one, and it does not come in time. Westrice going down as Trieskimo just mauls him apart. And we are going to see him have full control of that top lane. This is going to be a split push now for V8, and they are in a very good position. Westrice, one of the tankiest and stun champions, down to 4. EpiK, rather. I was going to say Maniac, not the game. But with all that stun down and 2 lanes to be pushed with such tanky champions with Baron, this is going to be a pretty big turtle here for EpiK.
Yeah, they need to AoE these down as best they can. Vladimir and Corki are going to be good at that, though, so they could try to hold it in hip. Problem is they have 10 seconds of 4v5. And the way these fights have been going, they do not want to fight a 4v5. But there comes Astralis, the opening up, comes Zip. See if they can get any damage here. Salsi up in the front, takes a lot of damage. Gets ulted, but still alive right now. No, will drop down, but oh, that Vlad ult. Wow. Gonna pick up 1, gonna pick up 2, 3, 4. Nashmi now alone against Trieskimo. And oh, Eski, you're getting hurt right now. Can he get away from this? His ult down for 20 seconds. Turns on to Mashmi, cannot get it. Blue team. EpiK scores an ace. Drops 1, picks up 5. Salsi melted some faces there.
That's exactly what EpiK needed to do. Very nice job cutting that Baron extremely short for V8.
And that's what happens when the enemy team all stacks armor. Let's look at the builds. Muffin, no MR. Kennen, no MR. Tristana, no MR. Oh, no MR. Oh, a little bit of MR, and he's the one who lived at the end. Right? And that's why Salsi, and I like what Salsi did here. He went pure, okay, he's dead, but he went pure damage, right? Sword Shoes, Will of the Ancients, Death Cap. He's not going for Rylays. He's not going Merc Treads. He's not getting Spirit Visage. He's going damage. He knows, he sees these builds. They're stacking armor, and he is crushing people with his damage output. So he, you know, he is the carry for his team. He's doing work right now. 3-2-3 doesn't look glamorous. 6-2 looks really glamorous, but it's Salsi who is really kind of putting his team in his backpack and is making things happen.
Dude, and Vlad only is going to scale harder into this late game. All that gold. Wow, Tides of Blood just cleared an entire wave. Very nice. We do have Kennen coming in. Takashi does have that blue elixir under his belt. Going to give him some cooldown. Hopefully you can get some good ability power out of that at this level. It does go up as you level. And we're going to see a little back from Claky, so they're not going to be ready for any fight positioning here. Baron has quite a bit of time to come back up, at least another 4 or 5 minutes. Let's see, Trieskimo doing what he does this game. He has a huge minion wave to push top. That's going to be great gold for him. Looks like he's building more HP. Could finish that into a Warmogs or a Sunfire right now. He does have enough. I don't even know if he needs to go Warmogs, but it's never going to hurt.
Let's see if they're going to get the blue on. They're going to give it to Kakashi here. And he might be going for Spell Vamp now. He's got the that 1 amp tome. We'll see what it turns into. They're taking with his jungle. West Rice about to be in for a surprise. Oh my gosh, that damage. That is a lot of damage.
Oh, very nice. Kennen got one of the Maelstroms to tick on Claky. They already got that stun off though. That Shirelia, or not Shirelia's, but the Murktrat's helping him to break quite easily on the bat. We're going to see these 5 rushing down into the base. Once again, the inhibitor has respawned.
Yeah, they're gonna go for this one here. They're gonna do a little bit of damage. But Corky's getting some really good rockets out here.
That Tristana range from behind the turret, able to take out the inhibitor. She is almost the full range, I believe. Not level 18 just yet.
Not quite. Mashmi getting slowed out by a cleaver.
676.
SK has really good CDR right now. He's actually maxed it out thanks to that Zeke's. So whatever that kill jump would turn into, but he is very, very tanky and is a really good CC bot and is just, he's just giving auras out to his team as well. His team loves that he's in this roster right now. He might go for a Warmogs or I mean, it's Warmog Sunfire.
Right.
Or a, I mean, I guess you could Rylays. I mean, it works with your W.
Your Rylays and Frozen Mallet out of it?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not the worst idea in the world, I guess, but Esco, though, with that giant spell, is going to use that for a lot of durability. Muna does like having bonus health. We'll see what he turns that into. But he's still low on MR, and, you know, if guys don't start building some magic resist, you're going to still see...
everywhere.
Yeah, West really is everywhere. But, yeah, if they don't get some magic resist, Salsy's going to be really, really scary. He's going to be hard to shut down. And he's getting just beefier and beefier. He's getting Zhonya's next. Good luck killing him at that point.
Yeah, and he actually has, what is it, 73 gold, so he's still going to make it. He actually has 10,000, but the lead right now goes to Tristana Aframu with 10.5k by himself in this game right now, 217 CS. Everybody farming very well in this game, actually.
Eskimo trying to get down there. Does land the cleaver on a Mashmi, and he's now dancing. Dancing Earthrider Corky. Aw, yeah. Woo! All right. Lovey Cutie clearing out these wards. Nice plays. Got that Oracles. Eskimo still in mid. They're just kind of splitting around the sides right here. This game is pretty much equalized, 11 to 11. He has 5,000 gold the difference, but it seems to not matter anymore because the gold is in all the right places. Salsy and Mashmi, very, very fed, wearing some elixirs as well. Triesmo, very, very tanky, is in that front line, doing some good disruption, but I don't know if he's that same level of carry as Salsy.
Baron coming up in exactly 2 minutes. We'll see the formulation from both teams on that. Looks like we have a backing V8 team here. We'll see any new items pop up in those lists. Malphite kind of with a full recipe of everything. Hasn't really finished too much yet, but the Shirelias and the Frozen Heart, which is really helping with Corky and with that Riven as well. Looks like no ward clearing yet, but they are going through. So no oracles there. Any oracles on the other team. Looks like Muffin, I believe, still has his, or I think he would have had to buy a second one. They have been aced once, so he's had at least 2 this game. But they are keeping that oracles on their support so they can continue to clear. And these far wards being placed, we've seen this a few times that the oracles are not seeing them. A really awesome job by placing the wards just outside Baron, but enough to see the team doing it.
Yeah, actually I think there's a mistake here by V8 though. As we look at the items, there's no Aegis on the team. And you look at that and you're like, hey, well they got Spirit Visage, they got Zeke's,
right.
You know, they have Will of the Ancients, they have Frozen Heart, they have Randuin's. They didn't get like the most standard of all auras, which is Aegis. And that that area effect 15 MR would be massive against Vladimir. He does not have a lot of % magic penetration. He has the Sork Shoes dropping everyone by 20. He has the 9 flat pen from Runes, and then he has the the 10% from the Mastery. But without a source of extra MR, these guys are going to die a little bit too quickly to him. Everyone's kind of at like 80 MR, which is not all that high.
Leona just needs to take that step to the left. She has to see that ward now. They know it's there. And now they know that there is still vision on them. See if they've kind of backed off from that position. They were trying to hide in the fog of war right around the corner. Now they see it. They're going to go ahead and take that ward out. Maokai says, no way. We are going to go for Takashi X. He is the focus, but Corky gets too close. And it looks like the Malphite ulti doing a ton of damage there. Claky still taking a lot of damage. And it looks like the EpiK is going to, or V8 rather, is going to come out on top of this one quite big as Tristana just left to sit on the outside. She did take damage in the beginning as they were focusing Takashi, but she got herself out, just turned around and continued to batter down with that Q on. And it's going to be 2 shots to drop down onto Nyut. Nyut Win goes down.
Yeah, that is the full ace, and there's Tristana leading the charge. And who needs Battle Bunny Ribbon when you've got hoppy Tristana jumping around rocket jumps? This is going to be the second turret, and looks like V8 going to take this 2-0 and move on to the second round of the lower bracket. EpiK, unfortunately, going home a little bit early. Second seed in this tournament, not doing, unfortunately, as well as they would hope. But congratulations to the V8 taking this one over. Excellent play by them. And they are moving on to some later games today. We will have more of them and more of almost everyone coming through still on this day. Oh, the double surrender.
Explosion.
Nice.
Great game by them, and another fantastic game by Tree Eskimo top lane, just continuing. It really helped them out was they were like, you know what, Tree had a really great game last time. Let's focus top for the first few kills, give West Rice a really hard time, and let Tree run with it.
Yeah, and they ran with it. I mean, Tree did really, really well. 3-1-9, 11.2 thousand gold. Did outfarm Takashi X at that mid lane. And yeah, I mean, they kept West Rice to be not very effective. Only 9,000 gold on him. His full build was Bloodthirster and a Brutalizer, like a pickaxe there, kind of. Just, he did not get to dominate anyone. He did not get tanky enough. And, you know, Salsu was doing as much as possible. And normally he's supposed to combo, you know, do some burst damage, do some damage,
right,
get the Vital on, and then use Wind Slash from Riven. But they didn't do, they couldn't get Riven, you know, up there enough. She got camped on. That early gank was so phenomenal from V8. They stole blue, and then they 3v1 top. And of course, they'd already gotten the first blood earlier, which had burned her flash, so she got dropped again. It was just very, very unfortunate. She was kind of holding her own at that bottom brush, and it was like, oh, I'm surrounded, oh, I'm surrounded, oh, crud, oh, crud, oh, crud. Oh, okay.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And it was a great job as they focused that top lane. They kept getting Riven out of there. They knew they just had to build armor, but as you said, they weren't really doing too much to focus what Vlad was building. There was no magic resist until the end of the game. We do see there was a null magic mantle not really built into anything on Unstoppable. There's only magic resist on Tree Eskimo, and that was really winning them fights. But the fact that they had Malphite to ult and then Ground Slam, which was doing so much damage, Leona's ult to burst out, and then you were coming out with Kennen as well. There's a lot of focus around there and just burst damage, that front end damage. You're not going to take again, but it's going to put you in a spot in the fight where you can't do anything else. Yeah, and Takashi, like, he was actually forced to Zonia's really early there on that very last Baron fight. You know, Maokai initiated on him, put the ult down on top of Kennen, knowing that he would have to ult then Zonia's. So it was a really smart play there. Problem is just they didn't have enough follow through there. They either initiate in on Kennen and they all sit in Slicing Maelstrom and take a bunch of damage, because of course Kennen, level 17, right, has max rank ultimate, will hit every champion 3 times, will be a big AoE stun. Of course, Malphite, they all funneled in from one small choke. Malphite got to hit everyone and ground slam everyone. Leona can follow up right after and just lock up that team, and you just saw EpiK's roster just melt. Their health bars just all went down. They all got dropped very, very fast. And you know, even with the Maokai ult and the Aegis, it just was not quite enough. They could not keep themselves alive. I mean, Mashmi had a lot of damage. Phantom Dancer, Bloodthirster, and Black Cleaver just could not withstand everything else. It just couldn't make it happen for the team. But you saw Tristana blow everything up. He was able to ult, you know, big high priority targets back. I wouldn't be surprised if he actually ulted Corki away just to keep the DPS down, and just hopped around, got a kill, refresh rocket jump, jumped around, got a kill, refresh rocket jump, and they cleaned up everyone there. And with that Phantom Dancer, was actually able to chase all the way down and pick up that last kill on the Soraka as well. It was a great initiation. The twisted advance, however, as Kennen E'd, it pulled him so much farther in that when can't find the name. Yeah, Mashmi, I was right. When Mashmi Valkyried in, it just became too far for that fight. Yeah. And so, you know, ultimately, you know, I like V8's team comp. Their strategies early on, I think, really set them apart because the game was close. You know, they're only up 4 kills even now. Right. But what they kind of did is they built a really early advantage and said, you know, bam, here's some kills. We own the map. They didn't do an amazing job of dragon control, which is what Mono did against AAA. It said, we're winning dragon, we're winning dragon. Instead, V8 went for turret. Tree Eskimo pushed all the way down to the inhibitor turret. You know, mid and bot both lost one as well. They had 4-0 on turrets at the mid game. Yeah. And they used that for the goal advantage, because when it came back to, you know, EpiK took a dragon, EpiK got the kills equal, they're still down a couple of thousand gold because of those turrets, those permanent advantages that give them map control and a lot of space, because of those minions are still pushed down and crushed into the base. If you win a team fight, you've got to go through 2 to 3 minion waves and take a lot of time before you can actually counteract and go back for a turret and get that one equal. And so the map control advantage really helped them, you know, stop the snowballing that EpiK could have brought out in that game. Yeah. And we have a lot more League of Legends matches to come this weekend here from IPL4 at the Cosmopolitan in Las Vegas. Again, big round of applause to V8 for making it back out of the losers bracket. They are going to be moving on. A big round of applause for everybody here. Thank you guys so much for showing up and getting to see all these riders. Make sure you see some. Grab your NASAs. grab some other stuff we're handing out, and be sure to continue to stick it in the League of Legends room. All of you on stream, at home, get your popcorn, get whatever you need, stick to it, put it on the big screen, get your friends over. We got a lot more League of Legends to come here. The Cosmopolitan at IPL4 in Las Vegas. We'll be right back.